All right, welcome guys to another podcast, Shot 3D Experience. We're joined here with Jake Linker, who just started an archery range in Allen, Oklahoma.
Yep.
You're going to be running some ASA stuff.
Yeah, we're going to do 2 ASA qualifiers this year, and then next year, hopefully, fire up some jackpots and more
Nice.
ASAs.
So where is Allen, Oklahoma, for those of you on listening here that don't know where Allen's at?
Allen, Oklahoma is located roughly south central Oklahoma, about 19 miles from Ada, and then an hour and a half from Oklahoma City.
Not bad.
No, it's about dead middle of Oklahoma as you can get. So
Running all ASA targets right now?
All ASA, 20 ASA targets this year. And, next year, we'll try to fire up some more, maybe some wild creeks.
Ooh,
There we go.
Maybe.
Do maybe some novelty shots.
Maybe some novelties.
Some long bombs, some trashy stuff like the old log vein out style.
Yeah, we missed the old odd out styles.
Yeah, man, I tell you, I get a lot of messages about that. And everybody like, you know what you got to do in this spare time you guys have?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think I get a message about 2 or 3 times a month. Like, when are you guys going to have another odd vein out? We're just too busy. And this year I prepped up the land quite a bit for deer hunting, and I didn't want a lot of traffic back there because I was chasing a pretty good whitetail buck.
Yeah, that's going to be right down on the neck of what I'm doing. So
Yeah.
ASA is going to run right through the core of my hunting area.
Yeah. Kiss it goodbye.
So, yeah, that's what.
You say that,
Yeah.
man. I don't think
It does change it a little bit.
it changes.
It changes the behavior. That if you had any deer that were living on you, they're not going to live on you no more. Not going to bet on you. But you can always throw out some of that gold stuff and get them coming in for feed. But like the one I'm chasing this year, I know where he's living, and he comes on to me dark hours only.
Yeah.
Like he's getting closer and closer, and I'm hoping for a strong cold front between now and January 15th. And I might be able to get him, but he's 5:45 to 6:30 when he does come, and he's not very consistent at that. So, what about you, Brian? I know you've had a struggle
It's been my worst season, dude. Like I tell you right now, if I'd have had this season when I first started hunting, I'd probably never deer hunted again. It has been failure after failure. And then the first part over at my place, I don't have a very big place, but the deer just aren't there, man. Something has happened. Getting a few does. Used to, I'd have a pile of does in, and then the bucks would come in about November 14th. And if you were in there from the 14th to the 21st, you were going to see something on its feet. Not a thing. Like I haven't had pictures of anything. Maybe a doe and a fawn here and there, doe and a yearling. But
Maybe your neighbor done something different, and he's gonna be listening to this podcast. I'm like, I got him.
He did. If that's what happened, but I had the worst hunt that I've had when we went on our draw hunt in Sequoia State Park Resort, and I saw deer all day long for 2 days, 11 different bucks, and had all the bucks in range to shoot. Actually was drawn back on a doe, and a big buck got in front of me while I was drawn back. You want to talk about target panic fixing to happen? He was fixing to get smoked. You have to shoot a doe first.
Mm-hmm.
So when that happened, it was like, but yeah, it was, I just couldn't get it done, man. It was, you would think in theory it would be, oh yeah, let's just go shoot a doe and get that out of the way. No big deal. Well, for some reason, I think those does out there know what's going on, and the bucks were oblivious the whole time. Like they just in and out, no big deal. They never looked up in a tree. The does were looking in trees the whole time. It was the worst hunt I've ever had. So
Yeah, I mean, Amber and I got to hunt with you on that, and 30 minutes into day one, I have a pretty nice, 120, 130 inch 8-point, 9-point. He was 3 on one side, 5 on the other. Had some trash, pretty good bases on him. I totally would have shot him on a draw hunt. Day one, you got to shoot a doe first, and that's the first deer that comes up. And he gives me a 15-yard, probably 8 or 9 minutes of him just standing there, 15 to 12 yards. Sitting there recording on my phone, nothing I can do about it.
Sitting there teasing you.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, dude, it's
I posted it on my story, that video, while I was in the stand, and some of my buddies like, "You let him walk?" Freaking had to.
yeah. How's your season been going?
It's been I'd say, successful year. We started off mostly saddle hunting this year.
Mhm.
So I got away from all my tree stands, but I set a ton this year, mostly helping buddies trying to get their first deer. And I got one of my buddies his first with a compound. So
Oh, cool.
that was a good experience for me and him both. And I passed a ton of probably 3-year-old 140, 150 inch. I know a 10 point was every bit of a wall hanger, but I had to let him go. So, well, next year will be a good year to early muzzleloader.
He was on your place?
Yeah. Early muzzleloader, I had probably 160 inch 12 point come out in front of me. And I had the muzzleloader, but I could see him clear as day in my binoculars. And then I put the muzzleloader up to kill him.
Yeah.
Couldn't see him through the scope. So he got to pass on that one.
Dang it.
That still haunts me today.
Yeah.
Late evening,
Early morning. Yeah.
Early.
Yeah, it was foggy that morning too, so that made it worse. And then it's been an overall good year.
You said you could see them through your binos.
Yeah,
you're using those 6 hours.
Yeah,
well, yeah, it's like X-ray vision.
Those things are high dollar, high nice quality equipment. I don't regret buying them.
I bit the bullet and bought me a set of 18 by 50s, and a little too much for the woods.
Mm-hmm.
But we go out west a lot, and man, you flip that switch, and it's just like
perfect. I don't know how I ever shot without them, especially ASA. That's the main reason I bought them, was for ASA.
Are yours the 16?
Yeah, 16 by
15.
Yeah.
Yep.
And you can call rings from 45 yards.
The ring finders.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And then you really see them out there, and you're deer hunting with them when you see a buck, and you're like, that thing's huge. And you put them down, and you're like, okay, never mind. Just tunnel vision there.
Mm-hmm.
Brian and Jeremy here with Shot the 3D Experience. We just wanted to take a second and give Reveal Tacticam a shout out. They are a proud sponsor of our podcast, and they have given us an opportunity to give you guys a chance to win a Tacticam setup. So we want to say thank you to Tacticam. Go check out Tacticam. You can see these at all of our events, on course, anywhere we are, you're going to see Tacticam.
The way you win one of these, if you are a subscriber of Shot the 3D Experience YouTube channel, you get an entry. Every single podcast that we release on YouTube, we are going to announce a winner. You get double entries if you go like and share our Facebook page and Instagram page. So go hit our subscription on our podcast on YouTube, go like us on Facebook and Instagram, and all of our followers at each episode is going to be entered to win a Tacticam Reveal package. Thank you. Well, I shot a 10 point out here behind the house, 36 yards. And it was a weird deal. He was quartered to me slightly, mostly broadside. And as soon as that arrow went, he like ducked into me instead of out in the way. And he almost like got full frontal by the time the arrow got there. And I was like, what in the heck? And I was so unsure about my shot placement. The shot was great, felt great, but my placement was like, I don't know what happened. And he tucked and ran, and I just like, man. So I shot him at 4:30. I gave him until dark, climbed out of my stand. But while I was in the stand, I grabbed my 18s out, the 6,
watching for him.
And I was looking for blood, man, and I'm not seeing any blood. You could, that 36 yards, you can see ticks going across the leaf, like it was impressive, like a little magnifying glass. I found my arrow with the binos. Couldn't really tell what was going on with the arrow with it, but I climbed down, went over and found my arrow, and it looked really gutty, a lot of brown on it. I'm like, God dang. And when I saw my arrow, I saw it come out. It looked like it went in at the shoulder, and it looked like it came out the back hip on the same side. And I was just sitting there like, what in the world happened? So I gave him 2.5 hours, started tracking him, started finding blood. He went 70 yards and he bedded down dead. When I went to clean him up, caught both lungs, caught the top of the heart. It did go through guts, but it came out right below his junk. It was actually a really great shot. I got all three vitals, and he didn't go 70 yards. I bet he wasn't alive for more than 45 seconds.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy. Some of them weird shots. I did that on a doe one time. She kind of did the same thing and ended up being the better shot than I really thought it was going to be. But hit her. I tried to do a frontal shot and she turned and it just went plumb through lungs, liver, everything. She went 30 yards and fell over, and I was having a panic attack when I first shot because I was like, oh God, what just happened? I just messed this up. Ended up being a better shot than I had originally.
Yeah, and I have to give credit to we've been shooting Sever.
Mhm.
I shoot the Sever hybrid 2.0s, man, and I've only lost one deer in the 2 years I've been shooting that, and that was up at Sequoia State Park, 17 yards. I don't know what happened with her either. She didn't bleed for about 150 yards, and I caught blood, and I trailed it for a half a mile.
As always, Shot the 3D podcast is brought to you by Tacticam Reveal. And this week's winner is Mike Hall. Congratulations, Mike. We'll get this sent out to you.
It was a young doe, probably a year and a half old. But that hunt, it was the rules where you had to shoot a doe first, and didn't have the opportunity day one. So day two, it's a 2-day hunt. She comes in, and I'm like, let it go. And I was like, mic drop. I was like, all right, got my doe out of the way. Let's go get her. And you have to call the guys in to come verify it. And we trailed her for 2.5, 3 hours and never did find her. Kind of ran out of risk. She went straight to the lake and kind of ran out of blood close to the lake. I was like, she either went swimming or she's still alive. I don't know what happened with that shot. I have no idea.
It's kind of a steep angle too, though.
17 yards. It's probably got up in that no man's land pocket.
Yeah, who knows?
Bleed just a little bit, but
She had decent blood, but it didn't start for about 150 yards. My arrow, what was weird, my arrow was broken half.
Mhm.
The front half was super fatty and meaty, not hardly any blood on it. And the back half never penetrated.
Yeah.
And so when she ducked, as soon as that ever hit, I think she broke it off. I don't know, man. It was just a weird deal. I wish I could know what happened. Like what bugs me the most is like wounding her and not knowing
what happened?
what happened.
Yeah.
So, what's the ASA? You're doing one qualifier or two this year?
I'll do 2 ASA qualifiers this year.
What's the dates on your ranges?
February 28th and March 1st is the first one, and
Dude,
then
that's the most horrible date you could
cold.
have picked.
is it? It's cold. I know.
You know that's the opener for shot
We're at
in Louisiana.
Louisiana. Yeah, that's our old Neil Cooley. You have to kick him in the
Golly,
butt. But
yeah, Neil, I know you're listening to this, and we're going to have to vote in a different president. Okay, so you got February 28th, and so if you're not going to come to Louisiana and have the time of your life, you can go to Allen Archery Range and shoot some ASA.
shoot some ASA there. Then don't quote me on the other one, but I'm pretty sure it's in late April, maybe.
If you say the 25th and 26th, I'm really going to punch Neil and go nads.
I know they're firing up. It's going to be a great year for Oklahoma ASA this year.
Well, you got something going on every weekend. And it was like that last year too. And I think this year probably got 2 ranges to choose from on a lot of the weekends too. So there's so many clubs going up in Oklahoma, which is a great thing. I mean, archery in the past 3 years in Oklahoma has just
Skyrocketed.
it's skyrocketed. You know, it kind of dwindled down. Neil came in as the president of ASA, and it was like an immediate turn 180 on attendance and clubs going up. And, you know, we traveled a lot last year, Amber and I. And I know, Brian, you shot a lot. Jake, I seen you almost at every one that I shot last year. And, you know, attendance was always good. Every one of them. So that's good. We like to see that, man. And we try to do our part with Shot 3D to, you know, increase those numbers, not just at ASA, but the local jackpots in general. Yeah.
When did you start shooting ASA?
So I have been shooting ASA for 3 years now.
3?
Yep.
So
About the time you went from Odd Bane out to switch.
Odd Bane Out was my first ever 3D anything.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh,
So I didn't I didn't get to grow up shooting and stuff like that. I did. Dad bought me my first bow, but it was always shooting at the house and stuff. And then I could start driving, turned 18, graduated. And then I heard about y'all through Marcus on Facebook and stuff. So I come down here, that shoot, and been hooked ever since.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy, man. We had a lot of that. So there wasn't a whole lot when we first started doing all that. We had went to TAC. There was some ASA going on, but it was a small. It wasn't as big as it is now. 3 years ago, 4 years ago, and when we started doing the jackpots at Odd Vein Out, man, it really started blowing up around here, and we had guys from Arkansas, Missouri, Kansas coming down to shoot these jackpots, and the uptick in events slowly started rising. Like the need for archery ranges were like there, and that's kind of the thing when we did how SHOT happened. Really, I mean, we just essentially wanted to put together a bigger range at the end of the year for all of our guys that showed up to Odd Vein Out, and then it turned into what it is. So
it's a great feeling doing that too, though.
Oh yeah,
get all the youth and all that involved in archery.
Yeah, man, it really is pretty cool to see, and watching some of the guys that like you and Stetson, bringing Stetson up here with you and seeing what he's done, and some of these other guys that come out and they were just essentially backyard
bow hunters.
Yeah, I mean,
that's all it was, glorified bow hunters.
I think that was another cool thing for us at state this year, ASA State. I helped judge and do a little bit of stuff out there. But seeing all the SHOT shooter jerseys out there and the SHOT hats and everybody that had never shot ASA showing up to SHOT events and hearing about it and coming out there and being a part of it. And some guys were contending, like even you had a chance, you were top 5, weren't you? On
shooter of the year.
Yeah. So like we pretty cool to see some of that stuff. Some of these guys that didn't really know, but they are competitive guys, and they may either just didn't realize it was out there or lit a fire under them out there when, going to shoot. So it's kind of cool to see that.
Yeah, I never knew any of that stuff. I didn't know about TAC, none of that. And then Odd Vein Out, then surely shooting those year after year. Then you start hearing about TAC, and then now you got SHOT. SHOT's all I go to. I've never even been to a TAC still. So I like them. I hope they don't.
There's a bunch of the local guys around here that got their start on some of the backyard Odd Vein Out. I mean, I think Chad Shoemake, his very first 3D was out here in the backyard. And I didn't know that until last year. He told me, and I was like, really?
Yeah.
And talk about ate up. Yeah, guys ate up with
some damn good shots. It's what's crazy to me is you get some of these guys and you see them, and like not knowing the backstories, it's like, man, this guy's pretty good, And then you find out, I've only been shooting for 3 years. Like, what? Really? But yeah, it's kind of neat to see all that stuff. But we're excited for you, man. Got your range picked up today.
Yep.
Taking it home, getting it set up. You got lanes cleared and all that stuff yet? Or?
I haven't done the nitty gritty yet. It's coming down, so I'll get out there probably start next week and start clearing the lanes.
That's one thing. I always have fun doing that. Like to me, getting out there and setting that shot up and making the lanes and getting everything going, like a little bit of pride in it, you know, especially when people come off the range and be like, man, that was a good range. Like that's kind of what, like, I like that part of it, getting out in the woods and setting those shots up for people that tough, but it's that was the whole thing with us. That's the only thing that differentiates the ASA style is you can't cover stuff up. So we always try to push the bubble on that stuff, like try to get it as close as we can.
Branches in the way.
Yeah.
Realistic shots. I like that.
Yep.
Well, a piece of advice you're going to, as a range owner, you're not going to make everybody happy.
Oh, no.
If you do go buy a lottery ticket,
there's going to be somebody like, there was a blade of grass in the way of my 12 ring, like,
lanes are too dark.
And if you make it too easy, then it's like, it was just easy. We always try to push the envelope on the rules, not bend the rules, not break the rules, but go as
make it toe
the line a little bit. We want a challenge, and everybody's got to shoot the same range. I mean, it's all equal.
Yep.
But what's the terrain like
out there? It's a lot of cedar trees, real sandy soil. It's dark.
Elevation changes.
Yeah, so we'll have go into a creek bottom, and then we'll come out of it. But mostly it's just an old field road.
Okay.
and we'll shoot off one side of it. It's nothing but thick timber, cedar trees.
All one side?
Yep.
Facing which
It'll
direction?
be all facing south.
Okay.
So the
So
wind,
the-
the sun will be at your back rising.
Yeah. And then throughout the day, it's going to change
Yep,
the
overhead.
shadows
Yep.
a little bit.
It'll get real dark about 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock. It'll
Mhm.
be under cedar trees, and it'll be some dark lanes, but we'll try to open them up a little bit, make it a little easier to see some rings.
Man, push the envelope on
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, it's always interesting. So while you're here, like I always like to see, like, what is your when you go shoot these events,
Mhm.
like, what's your ultimate setup? Like, what's been like the best ASA range that you've shot?
Honestly, I like y'all's Eufaula range the most.
Yeah.
The one where you'll have the bedded bucket, 7 yards? I like to train like that, where
Yeah.
it's not just a lot of up and down, it's consistent through
Mhm.
all of it. And like range wise, distance wise, I like to shoot around 30s, mid 30s.
Yeah.
Right in that area. Anything farther, it's hard to see.
Oh yeah.
Frustrates me, especially with a rangefinder, because I can range it, but I can't hit it.
Yeah.
Well, we've got Bobby made a little cool chart that you can use when you're setting these up for because there's I can't remember 7 or 8 different stakes.
Yep.
You got to put out, and you want to have an average for each one. You want to have a good average of long shots for that class and short shots. So he's got this chart that you can put together, and as you're setting those stakes, you can write that down, and
Falls into place.
it falls all in place, and it's a pretty good tool to use.
And I think that it is important for that thing. Like, so we'll give you the little format for that.
Yeah.
Because when we first started, our mindsets were a little different.
Mhm.
So we had a lot of max range,
Yeah.
everything. And then it was cool. We liked it, but not, after going through and shoot some, you want that variance. You don't want them to, you want them to be able to you want to turn that dial every time. Like, so the more you can get it to where you have 27-yard shot versus a 14-yard shot and a 36-yard shot back and forth, just
Make them work their shots.
just the more you can do that, I feel like the more challenging it is.
Mhm.
May not be as challenging shots, but if you're having them, it's a different range every time, and you're not just shooting a 26 and a 24 and a 26 and a 25.
Yeah.
If it mix that up.
And if you've never done this, if you're listening and you never put a range together, it's a little bit more difficult than it sounds.
Oh, yeah.
In your mind, you're thinking of like one class, like, okay, I'm going to go, a 32. If you're in the 145, I got a 32-yard shot. My next one's going to be 44. But you're doing that times like 13, 14 different classes, and it starts to
all combined.
Yeah, it gets a little like it's hard to put those pieces of the puzzle together. Using this tool that Bobby made is a pretty good. It makes it a little bit easier for you.
Yeah,
because it can be a challenge.
And again, it just goes back to the more you do it, the better you get. So
Easier,
your first one, you know what? Don't have extremely high expectations,
Yeah.
but just be like, hey, this is my starting point. We're gonna get through this one, see what everybody says, and then you go from there, man. And that's essentially what we did. Is you take that feedback. Well, everybody, the first one was like, all right, everything just max range. You're like, all right, we got you. We got you.
Yeah.
And then it changes from there. Well, then this, okay, we'll start doing this.
Yeah, you set that max range up, and everybody comes off the course complaining like, I didn't have to move my dial at all. Everything was 44 yards.
Mhm.
I'm like, yeah, we probably should have done a little,
Yeah,
a little
closer there, and throwing those little 7-yarders or 3 or 4 yarders in there, that trips people up too. And like,
I like seeing that stuff. The close range, you'll see those guys. They'll all just huddle up right there and like, what do I set my side at?
mhm.
I love it.
And then the first guy up, he's like, he gets a 10. He's like, well, I'll use my 20 pin. You probably should have used your 50.
Yeah. That
The
gets
guinea
everybody.
pig on that one. I always hate being first on that one.
Mhm.
Like, God dang it. If I draw first on that 3-yarder, I'm the guinea pig.
Yeah.
Yeah, it makes you nervous because everybody's sitting there watching you too.
Oh,
You're
yeah.
like, well, if I missed a 7-yard target, we got a problem.
That's the bad thing about it, because you don't want to be the guy that gets a 5 on a
Yes.
7-yard target, and it happens. It
Yeah.
does happen.
Yeah.
Either overconfident or just not knowing. Some guys new to the sport
Yeah.
don't realize that at 7 yards, your
Never done
arrow
that.
comes out high.
Yeah.
So you set it for a longer shot.
Mhm.
everybody's bow's a little different, but like Jeremy said, 50 yards sometimes is on a 7 to 8 yard shot, maybe what you dialed to.
Yeah.
And then there's guys like me, shoot, I don't care. But
It's like call the upper name for the lower is what I did last year. I think I put it at 30 yards and it hit the bottom of the upper. So
yeah,
that works too. Like for the ASA shooters listening, like I go practice those 3, 4, 5 yard shots, and maybe the 11, 12, 13 yarders too will trip people up. That mid range between your 5 and 20. Golly, that to me that's harder than the 3 or 4 yarder.
Yeah,
13 yards.
I like it when you get that close and everything, because you got a 5 times, like I run a 5 times lens, and everything in there that close is just nothing but a blur. So you're kind of guessing.
Yeah,
but it's all.
Yeah, with a 5-power lens, you're nothing but score rings, and like you said, it is a little blurry that close. So yeah, there's all kinds of little tricks and stuff, man. Like, and the thing with you is your most experiences was with us, so you kind of have that in the back of your head. So that's something these guys got to look forward to. They're gonna see some similarities probably.
There'll be some close shots. There'll be some dark shots. I know that for sure, because you got Black Panthers and a black lane. That's gonna be hard to shoot that.
Yeah, and then you got the target selection of Wolverine, your Javelina. We like to. Typically, we'll like to throw those out at max distance just to be like, that's my favorite target is the Wolverine. I like shooting that sucker, and everybody seems like the Wolverine or the Javelina.
Yeah,
I like it.
Mine's a turkey. I don't know what it is. Every time I shoot that thing, it's bad.
I hit where I aim every time, but it's never the right spot.
No.
The turkey, I'll agree with you. If I have any target that I'm just like, this could go either way, it's the turkey.
It's that damn spotted one for me.
Yeah.
Anything with spots.
The leopard.
And here's the thing. So that on those deltas, those spots aren't in the same spot. So you shoot a spotted one, like if I have one at the house to practice with, that same spot, the spots are different. So I'm like, there's that little triangle of spots that I want to aim for. But that target's different, so it's up a little bit more. And I'm like, man, I was aiming on that. What the hell?
It'll throw you out. It's like the leopard and the hyena. Those are because right behind that shoulder is your 12 ring. I'm like, hyena. It's not the same every time.
No, it's not. Yeah. We went to Kansas and they threw us for a loop, and they had an old lion, one of the old lions,
full size lion. And
my God, that was not at all where you thought a 12 should be. And you couldn't see it. It was old enough that the line faded out just a little bit. And I was on a roll too. I was 12, 12, 12, 10, 12, 12. Came to that line and I was like, oh yeah, here we go. Easy shot. I ended up getting a damn 8 on that thing. But yeah, it's fun though, man. I really like I said, I think my favorite part of it is doing the sets.
Setting the ranges.
Yeah. It's fun.
It'll be challenging for me. I'm one-man show, so I got some help from buddy Marcus and Stetson. They said they'd come out, so we'll see what happens there. I'm trying to find a range to kind of compare what the terrain will be like. And the only one I could think of would probably be Pawnee when it was real muddy that day. That'd probably be the closest terrain I'll have. Not maybe so uphill, but mostly downhill.
Gotcha. Yeah, Pawnee was pretty good range, man.
If it's dry.
Yeah, it wasn't dry. My hey dudes are still in the back of the truck.
Mr. Hey dudes here, like Jake.
I've still got some on. Not the
it had snowed. I think it was snowy. There was
snowed and rained like 6 inches.
Man, we were sliding around everywhere on that range. It was.
I just took my socks and shoes and threw them on the back of the truck. They were ruined. Red clay, it didn't match.
There was shoes in the parking lot at Post Oak.
Yeah,
Post Oak was wet. There was shoes left everywhere.
Yeah,
kind of funny.
This only got all that rain, wasn't it? What, 12 inches over a week?
Yep.
Yeah, that Saturday morning, we were unsure, or was it Friday morning?
Friday morning.
We were unsure. We had that storm blow through, and man, we had tents that were destroyed. The beer tent was, and it was all messed up.
Our big ass crocodile floated away.
It floated away, but put it in we didn't even have to move it. It floated to a really cool spot. It was like, oh, let's keep it there.
Worked out. Yeah. Only reason I found that is I was looking at the Tacticam pictures because I had a Tacticam on it, and I was just going through and checking everything.
And that
I was
exploded.
like, where in the hell did my croc go? Somebody needs to get down there.
Yeah, that was a good event. We're looking forward to going back there and adding Pennsylvania this year. So we're excited about that. It's going to be a long haul to get up there, but it'll be our first time, poking that far and getting up into actual mountains in Pennsylvania on a ski lift, ski resort.
That'll be a good time.
Yeah, we're excited about that one. Pennsylvania has got the shooters up there, man. It's kind of the breadbasket of archery.
Yeah.
Like you got Lancaster up there. You got all kinds of stuff. Like they had the ETAR events up there, the Eastern Traditional. I mean, there's 3,500 people showing up to those events up there. So, so we're excited for that for sure.
You gonna make it up there for that one?
I'd like to, but probably not this year.
Yeah.
Got that 4 month at home. So
Yep.
Well,
Try
it
not to
won't
leave
be 4 months old in August.
no, not in August. It'll be a year in August 12th.
We got pictures and pictures of people strapping their babies to their back and going down.
He'll
the
be
shot.
one of them, I'm sure. Courtney, she's dreading it already. She gets tired of me doing all this archery stuff, but it's only going to get worse from here.
Yeah.
That's funny because my wife doesn't shoot at all either, but she gets drug along to all the events. But she's pretty good sport about it, and she knows I like it, and Cannon eats it up, so she's all for it.
So I heard you got a new sponsorship this year.
I am shooting for Elite and Ultra Arrows.
Nice.
So,
Congratulations, man.
thank you.
Yeah, that's big time.
Couldn't have done it without the H&Ls. Bobby Penley, he's
Awesome.
the man. He hooked me up with them. So
Shout out, man. Good job.
Where's
Yeah.
H&L located?
McAllister, Oklahoma.
In
So
McAllister.
Yep.
Gotcha. So,
that's some of the top of the line right there that you get out of a Bowtech.
yeah, that's awesome.
We'll have to go visit him. It's one shop I haven't been in.
It's really nice. It's real big open concept. A lot of bows, targets, sights.
Yeah.
Like
Is
they even got a big gun selection if you're into guns. So
He does some jackpots indoor stuff there too, doesn't he?
they usually do like a Vegas face. Yeah, they did that in the summer times. I don't know if they're still doing it right now. But
How
usually-
big a spots he got to shoot?
They got you can probably fit 8 people in it, 20-yard indoor range.
Gotcha.
So it's a nice place to go hang out on a rainy day.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
We need to build us an indoor facility
Mm-hmm.
somewhere close by.
It's a dream, that's for sure. That's what I told my wife. I'm ready to find some land so we can build a house and I can start doing all the stuff I want to do for
Yeah.
just the hobbies, anyways.
I want an indoor just for the winter
Yeah.
months. Like right now. Like
Freeze your
today's
butt off.
It's a good day to be out there getting reps in and throwing some 3D targets out. It's almost 75 degrees outside, and here we are. Close to
Crazy in
Christmas.
December, into December, and it's 75 outside.
Well, not only just weather too, but it gets dark at
True, yeah.
5 o'clock.
Going back to, Patriot Archery in Tulsa a couple of years ago when they opened that up, I was so excited about that thing, and it didn't last long.
Yeah.
Unfortunate
Yeah.
series of events there, but man, that was such a good idea if you could make that happen. Where in Tulsa, you got a place for the winter months. We get off at 5 o'clock. It's almost dark, and we drive an hour to get back home. It's like it is dark when we get home.
Yeah.
You just don't have time to get your reps in unless
No.
you have a place like that to go. And I wish something would open up in Tulsa like that.
Yep. Yeah, it was kind of like a main event for archery.
Yeah.
Like they had the 3D room, they had the techno hunt, they had pool tables, they had cornhole,
All of it.
they had
Concession stands.
concession stand, they had a little gun game, little
Like a-
3D gun game thing.
We got laser.
Yeah,
Mm.
but it was a pretty cool place.
Well, they had a little youth room.
Oh, and they had a zombie
Zombies.
room. Yeah, so they had black lights in there with all the undead Freds in there. You could go in there with the Genesis bow.
Yeah.
Then they had just a kids
Section.
big giant blocks everywhere that they could shoot, and it was a pretty cool place, man. Well, it's a shame what happened with that and the whole thing that went down, but
Yeah, we need to get something like that opened up in Northeast Oklahoma. Be good times.
That's like the big thing for me down there. Why I wanted to open my main range for the ASA the next year, maybe some jackpots, is there's nothing around me. The closest place I had to shoot was Ardmore, and that was twice a year for ASA.
Yeah, you're kind of in that little neck of the woods where, you're in a good geographical spot
Mhm.
that if you open up your range, you're going to have a lot of guys coming there that don't have a place to go. It is needed in your area.
And then you go to, I don't know, an hour, 20 minutes up the road to Norman, to Okie Land, or another hour and a half to H&H for indoor.
Mhm.
So I just felt like it'd be a good spot to put a range in.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Now you get to pay us back, and we got to drive 3 hours to go shoot your range. You've done that for us all this time, so
I forgot how long of a drive it was till this morning. I was like, golly, am I ever going to get here?
Yeah.
So it ain't too bad.
you're almost in Missouri up here. 45 more minutes, and you'd be across the state line.
It's a poke, that's for sure, but it's all nice highway for the most part.
Yeah.
69's got some rough spots, but
Did you come down Turnpike?
nope, just straight up 69.
Oh,
If you go to McAllister from Allen, which
well, when
was,
you go home, you jump on the Will Rogers, and I'll take you through Tulsa, and you can go down. I don't know. Is it 75 go down?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can get on 75. A little bit better road. That 69 between Adair and Muskogee, it's a little rough.
well, they got it tore apart right now. and
It's always tore apart.
it one lane for about 12 miles.
You'd be
but
bouncing that trailer for half your drive.
Yes.
I'd hit the Turnpike.
So you were just kind of hitting on it a little bit. The main reason you kind of wanted to open this range up is because
there's nobody
to
around.
do.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. Trosper, I forgot about Trosper. They're
Yeah.
probably the closest besides Ardmore. To
How
me
far
as
is
a-
Ryan?
Ryan's 45 minutes.
45 minutes.
Dixon down there.
Yeah.
So I got real excited when I seen him on the schedule.
Yep.
Didn't have to wake up at 4:00 in the morning to go to Cherokee, Oklahoma.
Yeah.
That was miserable.
Yeah. Those ones out west, and I feel sorry for those guys, man.
Yeah.
But they're getting a pretty good group going on
Mhm.
up there, man. So like that Enid area and Cherokee up that way. So
I think, if it continues to grow at the rate that it has been, Neil's going to have to split it up in two hemispheres.
He's
or
gonna have to do something. It's
like
getting
an
big
east versus
fast.
west or something, or north and south. But
That'd be a cool little deal there, kind of at the end of the year, maybe after state or something, just for another shoot, just to, split it up.
east
50,
versus
50.
west or
Yeah.
something.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Do like an Oklahoma shootout or something.
yeah, that would be cool.
Yep. Oklahoma shootout. We got the four corner shootout.
Yep.
That's a pretty cool one, man. We're excited for that. I've got a lot of people asking about that. Kansas, Arkansas, Missouri, and Oklahoma that we have here. A little am. Man, I tell you what, we had a pretty good turnout. Partly, big shout out to Charlie over at Big Creek, man, for jumping in. That was his first year to do any ASA shoots, and he's got a heck of a range over there. And it made it. How far is it? 30-minute drive.
Yeah,
so roughly?
Probably 25 minutes. They had the bridge out last
Yeah.
year on 28, so you kind of had to take a detour, and it was like a 30-minute drive. But the bridge is open now, so I think I can get there 25 minutes.
So when you can go shoot two ranges in a day like that and
Mhm.
have the 8-9 o'clock morning start time and then a 1 o'clock start time, it's pretty cool to be able to. If you're traveling a long
Yes.
ways, you can go hit two ranges and hit two qualifiers in one day.
I noticed I did that this year. They kind of stacked your ranges that are closer together on the same weekend. So you
Yeah,
can
man,
get
it's
double
Drive
qualifier.
once, shoot twice.
Mhm.
yeah, it
It
makes
gives
it
you
nice.
that option.
Yep.
And if everybody does that, the downside of that is, as a club owner, it can hurt your attendance
Yep.
if everybody's not shooting both ranges.
Mhm.
So if you just pick one, just know like you're hurting the other one.
Mhm.
It really does hurt them if you only choose to shoot one. And a lot of guys may not have a choice. I can shoot Saturday or I can shoot Sunday. I got baseball games on Saturday or
Yep.
this or that, and but there is a downside to it, and that kind of hurts your clubs, especially if they're not close by. That's why Neil put them the doubled up. Let's get you within 30 minutes of each other, and guys who have to travel far now can travel once and shoot twice and not have to pick one or the other.
It'll be a good year, I hope. That's for sure.
Yeah, we're excited about it, and gonna do all of our qualifiers out of state as well. So we'll have one in Louisiana, Arkansas, and Kansas. The only one that we don't have is Pennsylvania. We're not doing a qualifier on that one. But looking forward to seeing all those guys out of state. Hopefully we can get them to come shoot some of the Oklahoma qualifiers too. And
Yeah.
be a good deal. So, well, you want to give everybody contact info? Do you have a Facebook page up yet?
I don't have a Facebook page, but I got my main page. If you would like to contact me on Facebook, it's
Yep.
just Jake Linker on Facebook, then Jake_Linker65 on Instagram. So,
Okay.
and then phone number is just 580-320-3966, and that's for Allen Archery.
You got an address for that range?
I do. It is. I can say it now.
Yeah, go ahead and say it. I'll put it up on the.
Okay, it's 28297 County Road 1480, Allen, Oklahoma, and then
Awesome.
zip code 74825.
We'll put a map to it on this podcast here. And February 28th and March 1st.
Yep.
If you're not going to Louisiana, having the time of your life, you can go to the Oklahoma ASA qualifier. Is that the first one of the year?
No, that'll be my first one of the year. I think there's Prosper's, the first one, G2, and then we have Foley, I want to say, and then mine.
Yep.
So
You're
it'll be
right
the
after
fourth or
Foley,
fifth.
yep.
Cool.
That'll be a good time too. I'm ready. I don't know. I told my wife, I said, I'm kind of dwindling out of hunting more than I am anything else, getting more into target stuff now.
Yeah.
It's kind of sad because I love hunting,
I know it.
but I don't know.
You'll find a way to juggle it all around.
Oh yeah, I do. Every weekend I'm not in the woods. I'm shooting at target rigs. So
The year I've had, I'm ready for some 3D.
Yeah.
Jeez.
I'm ready to start shooting bow outside a lot.
it's just a way to escape to a lot of people too. So
Yeah, it's therapy,
relax.
man.
Yeah.
It is. I start to get a little grouchy when I'm not shooting my bow, and
Mm-hmm.
I shoot my bow the least amount during hunting season.
Yeah.
That's I love to shoot my bow so much that it almost irritates me. That's the thing about hunting that irritates me. I'm sitting in a tree stand not shooting my bow,
Yeah.
but I also love hunting too. So it's
It's a toss up. Don't want
Yeah.
to mess with it too much,
Mhm.
especially your hunting setup. Like, I go through a bow every 6 months, and it's a bad habit. I need to quit.
Oh, you're that guy.
Yeah. I bet I've had
So
4
there's
this year. So
Total opposites. I keep one for years till I just wear it out or whatever. But Jeremy's got a wall full of them sitting there just laying everywhere.
it's fun to play around with different things. It's nice to see it,
Yeah.
especially when you can, used to couldn't afford anything like that. So
Yeah.
now I treat myself. So
Yeah, that's awesome.
and when you go through bows, like when you shoot a lot of different bows, you really start to find out which one you really like. It's easy to grab one bow and like, oh, it's the best bow ever. But if you're not comparing that to
Yeah.
Mhm.
3, 4, or 5 different ones that you're shooting a lot,
Yeah.
when you shoot a lot and you're shooting different ones a lot, you really start to nitpick.
Yeah.
Like, okay, this one suits me a little bit better, and they're all great bows. I've got 2 primes here. I got 2 Hoyts. I got a Darton. I had a lift. They all shoot good.
Yeah.
But there's a couple in there that just suits me better
Feels the
than
best.
for me. It's a personal thing.
It is, man. That's what I tell everybody. You need to shoot all of them. Just
Mhm.
because your brand favorite's Matthews, like get some others to try too.
That's
man.
a lot of people. I think they'd shoot like say Bear or Darton or
Yeah.
Elite if they close their eyes and shoot it, not listen to the brand.
Exactly. Exactly.
There'd be a lot of different shooters than just Matthew. Nothing's wrong with them. Love them.
No,
Been a
yeah.
white guy all my life.
Yep.
And then here I am, Elite. So
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yep. And it's all a lot of it is just little preference things.
Yeah.
Like my biggest gripe on Matthews is the grip.
Yeah.
Like I just don't like the way it feels there. And then doing some of I think they changed that. We were talking about
Yeah.
this last night with the static brace height
Yep.
on that compared from the lift to the arc. They've knocked that out of the park, I think, this year.
I think they made some improvements on
Yeah.
on the limb design and
And that's a lot of stuff. If you don't tinker and get into that,
Mhm.
like I'm not a tinker, but when we did that little test out here with Darton and the PSE and the Matthews and doing that and seeing that with your own eyes on how that works
Yeah.
with how brace height and all that stuff matters, man, it's eye opening. And then it puts a little more info in your head there for when you are looking for a bow and like some of the problems you have,
Mhm.
you may not realize why it's a problem.
Yeah.
And then you see that the torquiness of something and why something's doing this. Like it's kind of neat to see that. So
Yeah.
I'm not much of a tinker. I let Jeremy do most of my stuff.
You want to see a bow that looks scary when it's pulled back? Go look at how mine's tuned. It's the limbs are leaned way over, but it's just the way I shoot. It's comfortable. It does not look safe, but it is, I guess. I mentioned that the other day. I was like, that's just crazy how far the bows have come in tunability.
Yeah.
Oh man. Yeah. And,
Yeah. This year they made another jump. I think Darton seems like they're one step ahead of everybody, like
Yep.
with their limb tuning stuff. And then now this year, Hoyt kind of copycatted them a little bit.
Yep.
It's a different system, but it's doing the same thing. Darton's got it going on some innovation there, and it seems like the other brands are one step behind, a year behind, like pushing that stuff out.
yeah, it's pretty neat, man. And it's always funny because you're like, what the hell can they even do this year? Like they've done so much. They surprise you and come out with something else. And you're like, all right, that's kind of cool.
I don't see how they do it. That them engineers to sit there day and night.
What's funny is I was listening to a podcast with I think it was the guy from, I can't think of his name, but it was from Bear Archery, and it's like, some of the stuff you're seeing, this is stuff we were working on 10 years ago.
Yeah.
So it's like, not that it's new to the customer, the consumer, but they've been hammering on this stuff for years before it comes out, So there's things in works right now that we won't see for another 5-6 years that they're working on. So it's kind of crazy.
How do you know? Like, it's already great. Like, how's it going to get better? Kind of deal. But they seem to do it every year, and I'm not complaining because I like shooting them. So
I think the one thing that they did this year that everybody did, tunability features that we're talking about, because there's more and more people. I mean, you look over here in Jeremy's little man cave here. Everybody's wanting to tinker. Everybody's getting more into it. So that tunability stuff really matters. If a guy likes to tinker and do this on his own thing, so it's.
I think there's two camps. There, some guys are thinking, well, you're making it to where you're obsoleting the bow tech at a bow shop.
Yep.
And then you talk to some of those bow shop techs, and they're like, well, really, they're just making more room for somebody to mess it up, or they have to come in here and have me fix it. And there's some truth to that too. So you can learn a lot of stuff on YouTube, and I've done a lot of that, and I'm kind of a self-taught bow tech, and I'm not the greatest by no means. There's times I got to call Ty or somebody like, man, I don't know what's going on here. And he helps me through it. But
it's like, oh, you were close.
Yeah.
You were close.
You really it takes a while to be proficient at it for sure. But if you got a paper tuner, most of the modern bows today, like you can fix a tear on your own.
Yep.
Pretty easy.
Allen wrench, most of it. So.
Yep. Well, all right, man. I think we're going to wrap this up. And you got anything else you want to tell the audience about your range or what's in store for 2026?
It's going to be a great year, I hope.
Yeah.
I got a big question about your range. You don't have a food truck or anything there?
Smoker.
I have porta potties. That's about all I can promise for this year, anyways.
What is there somewhere close by you can stop at a gas station and get some food?
2 gas stations and a food center there in Allen, Dollar General. So
Okay.
There
we go.
15 miles down the road, Zeta, every food option you want. So
I got to feed this arrow slinging machine here. So
they're both there. So
all right.
February's liable to be, it could be 70 degrees. It could be
that's what I'm scared about.
17.
Yeah, it could be hairy and nothing but icicles everywhere.
Well, I'll give you the rule of thumb is if you want some wicked weather, schedule an archery shoot. It seems like every time we do it, we got rain, snow, wind, something.
Yep. I figured
the week before that will be beautiful, like today is, and then the next week is, golly, what the heck? We missed it.
Just a hurricane coming through Oklahoma. Yep.
All right, man. Appreciate you jumping on. We'll get your truck all finished up, loaded, and get you back to Allen, Oklahoma, and look forward to seeing you in February.
Yeah, I look forward to it. It's gonna be a great year, that's for sure. Appreciate y'all having me on here.
Awesome.
Cool. Thanks, guys.
See you guys.